do the news live. And I'll try and go live every day around noon Pacific time, but we'll see. A little late today. I realized all the interesting parts of the previous news reading events were all the psychology and lists. It's the only part that's interesting. Regular news is boring as hell. So I bookmarked a few of my sites that I seem to go to quite often. We'll go from there. Alright. But chances are no one's going to be watching this anyways. So it should be just like the regular ones. Except for... Alright. So most of the articles I've been reading from this global English editing, whatever that is. And the rest are some from Hack Spirit. And things happy people do before 8 a.m. according to psychology. Let's start there, since it's noon and I just barely got up. By Amy Reed. 9 things happy people do before 8 a.m. to stay in bed. You ever meet someone who's crazy productive in the morning? They just seem to have their lives together, and somewhat astonishingly, they're ridiculously happy too. For sure, some of us are hardwired to feel less depressed and more energetic, especially in the mornings. But regardless of our wiring, it is a little bit up to us to boost our mood first thing and give ourselves the best start to the day. How? Science has the answer. Here are 9 things to do before 8 a.m. to be happier, backed by psychology. 1. Wake up. Yeah, no shit. I love sleeping in, but it isn't always good for my mental health. If you ever slept in until 11 a.m. on a Sunday, you probably know what I mean. Sometimes you feel lazy, and a little regretful for doing it. Agreed. However, I haven't set an alarm for years. Why the fuck should I? Studies have actually found that people who wake up earlier are less likely to experience depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders. Or maybe they don't have depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders, so that's why they wake up early. I'm not saying I have that, but hey. You're also more likely to feel optimistic, satisfied, and positive about your life. Why? There are lots of rumors research, some being that you take in more daylight when you wake up earlier, which naturally boosts your mood. The sun's out, I guess, and you're outside, not inside. Others say that waking up with the sun is what we're supposed to do, so we feel more in touch with our nature when we do it. Either way, it makes us feel better. Possible. Avoid the snooze. Drink some water, get some fresh air. Yeah, all that kind of makes sense. Soak up the sunlight if it's up. Move your body even just a little. Go for a walk to the end of the block. Make your bed. Have a coldish shower. Maybe that's what I should do. I can't talk yet, Grace. Think positive thoughts. trying something in Gemini, Grace. Let's switch over if it's interesting. All right. Let's find something better. How to for man. Life, spirituality, dating advice, relationship advice, breakups. Here we go. 9 signs you have a genuinely honest man in your life, according to psychology. We did the female honest man in your life. As a human being, I should go back outside where I get more applause breaks. Can't do it live though. Not that anyone's watching, but gotta start somewhere, Grace. As human beings, we all crave love, respect, and honesty in our relationships. These are the pillars of a healthy and satisfying partnership. An honest man in particular to bring a sense of security and trust into a relationship like no other. Unfortunately, looking for an honest man is not always as straightforward as we'd like it to be. Maybe it is. There can be many layers to a person's character that need to be peeled back before their true nature is revealed. You're wondering if your man is genuinely honest, this article is for you. In the following paragraphs, we'll delve into the key signs to look out for you to what the fuck? In the following paragraphs, we'll delve into some key signs to look out for to help you determine whether your partner is truly honest, according to psychology. So let's get started, shall we? To communicate openly. Honest people tend to communicate openly. They have a consistent verbal and nonverbal cues. They will look you in the eye when they talk, and their body language will be open and relaxed. These are some of the traits of an honest man. He will let you know when something is bothering him, rather than hiding it or pushing it under the carpet. He won't keep secrets or withhold information that should be shared in the relationship. You'll find that he's willing to express his feelings, thoughts, and concerns without fear of judgment or ridicule. He will also actively listen when you share your own thoughts and feelings, showing empathy and understanding. In essence, an honest man isn't afraid to be vulnerable with you. He trusts you enough to share his true self, which is a clear sign of honesty and authenticity. Sounds like a female friend. They're consistent. Consistency is an important trait for an honest man. You'll notice that his actions match his words, not just with big promises, but also with smaller day-to-day things. For instance, he'll say he'll call you back. For instance, if he says he'll call you back after work, he does. He commits to plans, doesn't cancel at the last minute without a valid reason. He's reliable, dependable, and follows through on his commitments. He'll show consistency in his values and principles. He stands by what he believes in and doesn't change his stance just to impress you or anyone else. This consistency over time builds trust and demonstrates integrity. Remember, anyone can say they're honest, but true honesty is demonstrated through consistent actions over time. That's why we need Tabitha. Grace. Keep everyone honest. They admit when they're wrong. It might seem strange, but one of the signs of a genuinely honest man is his ability to admit when he's wrong. No one is perfect, and an honest man knows this. Instead of sticking to his guns when he's clearly in the wrong, he'll be the first to hold up his hands and apologize. He understands that being wrong is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of growth and learning. He doesn't shy away from taking responsibility for his actions and seeks to rectify his mistakes rather than ignore and deny them. This way he shows humility and integrity, key elements of honesty. They're not afraid to show their flaws. An honest man embraces his imperfections. He doesn't pretend to be someone he's not, nor does he try to portray a picture-perfect image of himself. After all, nobody is perfect. He knows his flaws, and he isn't afraid to let you see them. He doesn't hide behind a mask or try to construct a false persona. Instead, he presents his true self, wants and all. This kind of raw honesty can be quite refreshing in a world when many people are trying to project an idealized version of themselves. It shows that he values authenticity over superficial perfection. An honest man understands that showing vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness, it's actually a strength. It takes a lot of courage to show your true self, especially when it involves exposing your shortcomings and insecurities. But he knows that by doing so, he's fostering a deep connection with you, built on trust and mutual understanding. You trust and grace, and that is worth far more than any pretense or facade. They respect your feelings. An honest man is not just honest about his own feelings and thoughts, he also respects and validates yours. He understands that everyone has their own experiences, perspectives, and emotions. I think everyone should probably be doing that, but he doesn't dismiss your feelings as trivial or irrelevant. Instead, he listens to your concerns and emotions with empathy and understanding. Even if he doesn't comprehend what you're going through, he makes an effort to understand and support you. Plus, they keep their promises. That would be a good thing to do. They have a genuine sense of humor. An honest man isn't afraid to show his lighter side. He enjoys a good laugh and has a genuine sense of humor. Who determines what a genuine sense of humor is, Chris? Job with the code. Yeah, I can do anything. He won't use humor as a mask to hide his true feelings or intentions. Instead, his humor is a reflection of his authenticity. And you'll find that he doesn't laugh at the expense of others or use sarcasm as a weapon. Well, I definitely use sarcasm as a weapon, but rather delight in the mood and bring joy. He chuckles at his own mistakes and isn't afraid to be silly sometimes. He believes that laughter is the best medicine and uses humor to navigate the ups and downs of life. This lightheartedness is not just endearing, but also a sign of an emotionally balanced individual who knows how to not take himself too seriously, yet can be serious when the situation calls for it. This guy's a little light in the comments, but they're honest, even when it's hard. They're true to themselves. Men who are secretly bored in a relationship often do these 7 subtle behaviors without realizing it. All right, Tina Fey. She puts out an article a day. If she's real. There's a fine line between contentment and boredom in a relationship, especially for men. Ever notice a shift in your partner's behavior that left you scratching your head? It's often the subtle signs that reveal the most about a person's state of mind. Men who are discreetly losing interest in their relationship frequently exhibit these understated behaviors, often without even realizing it. I'll read today, Grace. In my years of experience as a relationship expert and founder of the Love Connection blog, I've come to recognize these telltale signs. In this article, we're going to uncover those indicators to help you understand better what's going on behind that poker face. These are not meant to alarm you, but to arm you with knowledge, because knowing what to look for is half the battle, isn't it? Let's dive in. It's kind of funny that they have to find all these signs. Where most men probably just ask. A sudden change in routine. Routine is the backbone of any relationship. It provides security, comfort, and a sense of shared life. But a sudden change in routine can be a red flag. This isn't your regular spicing things up scenario. It's more like a drastic shift in patterns that have been established over time. He's suddenly staying late at work more often, spending less time at home, or becoming elusive about his whereabouts. It could be a sign that he's secretly bored in a relationship or something else. Over to the global English one. Lazy people who become highly disciplined often practice these seven simple. That one, Grace. By Clifton Kopp. The concepts of laziness and success aren't often in, and for good reason. After all, other than the occasional lottery winner, people with lazy tendencies don't often make it far in life. Your habits define you. If you want to be successful in this world, adopting the right habits will go a long way. If you classify yourself as lazy, probably not. Not feeling it today, Grace, so I'm just going to go back to the regular news and see if we can find something interesting to read. ChatGPT is now better than ever at faking human emotion and behavior. Let me go back to the outside arrangement. We'll see. Short one today, 19 minutes. However.